Maya slips a folded $10 bill into Harold's coat pocket while he's in the restroom. She does this every morning. A customer at the next booth sees. Loud enough for everyone. That black waitress is stealing tips to give to some homeless bum. Another woman joins in. Every single day with that dirty old man. It's disgusting. This diner lets people like her touch our food? The manager walks over, frowning. Maya, customers are complaining. I'm helping him, Maya whispers. You're making a scene. His voice hardens. People like you need to know your place. Phones come out. Someone films. Laughter ripples through the diner. Harold returns, sees Maya's face, sits down in silence. No one knows he's Harold Brennan. That his grandson runs the biggest development firm in Denver. In 90 days, these people will watch that grandson stand before the city council. They'll learn what their cruelty cost them. 3 months earlier, 5:00 a.m., Rosie's Diner sits on the corner of Colfax and Downing, neon sign buzzing in the pre-dawn dark. Inside, Maya Davis flips the lights on, breathing in the smell of yesterday's grease and fresh coffee grounds. She's 28 but moves like someone older. Tired eyes, strong hands, hair pulled back tight. The coffee maker hisses to life. She wipes down counters in smooth, practiced circles, checks the salt shakers, refills the ketchup bottles. The morning routine she could do blindfolded. By 5:30, the first regulars trickle in. Construction workers, night shift nurses still in scrubs, a cop who always sits facing the door. Maya knows their names, their orders, the way they take their coffee. Morning, Ray. Usual? You know it, Maya. 2 eggs over easy, rye toast, black coffee, no sugar. She doesn't write it down, never has to. The manager, Dennis, watches from the kitchen window. You're the only one who shows up on time, he mutters, cracking eggs onto the griddle. Destiny called in again. Maya doesn't respond. She's learned that silence costs less than opinions. At 6:15 a.m. sharp, the bell above the door chimes. Harold Brennan shuffles in, leaning heavy on his cane. 82 years old. White beard gone gray and uneven. Coat that was expensive once, maybe 20 years ago. Now the lining shows through torn pockets, but his eyes are clear. Kind. Morning, Mr. Harold, Maya says, smile genuine. Morning, Maya. His voice carries the grain of old money, old education, out of place in his shabby clothes. He takes the same booth every day. Corner spot, window view. Maya doesn't ask what he wants. She already knows. Black coffee, oatmeal with extra honey, wheat toast, light butter. She brings it all without a word, sets it down gently, adds the honey herself, 2 full squeezes from the bear-shaped bottle because his hands shake too much to control the pour. You're an angel, Harold says quietly. Just doing my job. But it's more than that. They both know it. Harold eats slowly, methodically. Makes the meal last 45 minutes because it's the only hot food he'll have all day. Maya refills his coffee 3 times. Never rushes him. Other customers come and go. The diner fills with morning noise, sizzling bacon, clinking plates, overlapping conversations. Maya moves through it all like a dancer, refilling cups, delivering orders, laughing at the regulars' bad jokes. At 7:00 a.m., Harold stands, leaves $2 on the table, all he can afford. Maya waits until he's at the door. Then she walks to the booth, collects the dishes. The $2 sit there. She glances toward the kitchen. Dennis isn't watching. From her apron pocket, Maya pulls out a $5 bill, her own tip money from yesterday, and adds it to Harold's too. Arranges them to look like he left 7 total. She does this every single day. Her co-worker Destiny saw her do it once, pulled her aside. Girl, you can't afford that. You got Elijah to take care of. Everyone needs dignity, Maya said simply. Destiny didn't argue. just shook her head and went back to work. Now, as Maya pockets the $7 to give to Dennis for Harold's tab, she notices something. Harold's watch, visible for just a moment as he adjusts his coat at the door. It's a Rolex, scratched, old, but unmistakable. Why would a homeless man have a Rolex? The question follows her through the rest of her shift. But she doesn't ask. People have their reasons, their stories, and Maya's learned that sometimes kindness means not asking questions, just showing up, remembering names, adding honey without being asked. At 2:00 p.m., her shift ends. She counts her tips. $43. Good day. Outside, the buses run late. Always do. She stands at the stop, feet aching, and calculates. Rent, electricity, Elijah's online classes, her mother's medical debt that will never disappear. $43 is everything and nothing, but tomorrow she'll give 5 of it away again, because some things matter more than math. Foreshadowing, Harold's expensive watch a mystery of his past wealth. Retention technique, contrast of world's beginning, Maya's poverty versus hint of Harold's former status. Maya takes 2 buses home, 45 minutes through Denver traffic, standing room only. Her apartment sits in a building that's seen better decades. Cracked stucco, rust stains under every window. The elevator's been broken for 8 months. She climbs to the 3rd floor. Inside, her younger brother Elijah is at the kitchen table, laptop open, headphones on. 19 years old. Works the overnight shift at a warehouse, studies web development during the day. He doesn't hear her come in. Maya drops her bag, kicks off her shoes. The relief is immediate and painful. Her feet scream. On the counter, bills. Always bills. Electric, past due in red letters. Medical debt from their mother's last hospital stay, 2 years dead and still haunting them. And a new one. A notice from the landlord. Rent increase, effective 60 days, current $950, new $1,330. Maya's hand trembles as she reads it again. 40% increase. Impossible. Building's been sold, Elijah says behind her. He's pulled off his headphones. Guy downstairs told me. Some development company bought the whole block. Maya closes her eyes. We can't afford that. I know. I'll pick up more shifts. You already work doubles 3 times a week. Elijah's voice cracks. Sis, you're gonna burn out. We'll be okay. She turns, forces a smile. We always figure it out. But neither of them believes it this time. Maya counts her tips on the table. $43. She separates it into envelopes, a system their mother taught them. Rent, food, bus fare, emergency. The emergency envelope is empty. Elijah watches. You gave Harold money again today, didn't you? Maya's hands still. Destiny texted me, he says gently. Sis, I love that you care, but we're drowning too. He has nothing. Maya's voice is barely a whisper. We have this. We have each other. For how long? If we get evicted, we won't. How do you know? She doesn't answer. Can't. They eat ramen for dinner. Share one bowl to save money. Elijah tells her about his online class, learning JavaScript, building websites, dreaming of a better life. Maya listens, nods, pretends her heart isn't pounding with panic. At 9:00 p.m., Elijah leaves for his warehouse shift. Maya watches him go, then sits in the dark apartment, listening to the neighbor's TV through the thin walls. She thinks about Harold, about his quiet dignity, his careful way of eating, the way he always says thank you like he means it. She thinks about the Rolex, and she wonders, what happened to him? How does someone fall so far? But mostly she wonders, What happens when kindness isn't enough? Across town, Harold walks 6 blocks from the diner to the Mission Street shelter. The line is already forming. 30 men waiting for beds. Harold signs in. The intake worker recognizes him. "Evening, Mr. Brennan. Your grandson called again. 4th time this week." Harold's jaw tightens. "What did you tell him?" "Same as always. That you're an adult. We can't make you contact him." "Good. He's worried about you. Said he's got a room ready whenever—" "I said no." Harold's voice is firm but not unkind. "Thank you, Susan. But no." She sighs, knows better than to push. Harold climbs the stairs to the 2nd-floor bunk room. His assigned bed is against the back wall. The mattress is thin, stained. The man in the next bunk is already snoring, mouth open. Harold sits, pulls out a worn paperback from his coat pocket. The Architecture of Community by Christopher Alexander. Pages falling out. Spine held together with tape. He reads by the dim overhead light until 10 o'clock p.m. when they turn the lights off. Then he lies there, hands folded on his chest, staring at the ceiling. Thinking about his son, the accident, the years of silence before. Thinking about his grandson, Connor. Good boy. Smart. But trapped in the same machine that destroyed his father. Thinking about Maya, the kind waitress who doesn't know she's teaching him how to accept grace. He sleeps badly. Dreams of buildings he designed 40 years ago. Libraries, schools, public housing that treated poor people like human beings. Dreams of what could be. What should be. Connor Wallace enters the diner at 10:30 a.m. on a Wednesday. The morning rush has cleared. Only a few stragglers nursing coffee. He's 35, 6'2", suit that costs 3 months of Maya's rent, hair graying at the temples, stress, not age. He sits at the counter, doesn't look at his phone, just sits. Maya approaches with the coffee pot. "Morning, what can I get you?" Up close, he looks exhausted, eyes red-rimmed, jaw tight. "Just coffee, black." She pours, studies him without being obvious. Wedding ring, tan line, but no ring. Expensive watch, shoes polished to mirrors, lost. He looks lost. "You okay?" The question slips out before she can stop it. Connor glances up, surprised. "Yeah, long week." "It's Wednesday." A small smile cracks his face. "Exactly." Maya moves to other customers, but she keeps noticing him. The way he holds his cup with both hands. The way he stares at nothing. After 20 minutes, he pays, leaves a $20 bill for a $3 coffee. "Sir, your change." "Keep it." He's already walking out. Connor returns the next day. Same time, same seat, and the day after. By Friday, Maya knows his order without asking. Black coffee, wheat toast, dry. "You work around here?" she asks while refilling his cup. "Few blocks over." "Office." Vague. Careful. "What do you do?" "Real estate development." Maya nods. Doesn't pry further. But she notices things. Notices how he watches Harold when the old man shuffles in at 6:15 a.m. on the days Connor arrives early. Notices the way Connor's expression shifts. Something like grief. Something like guilt. On the 5th day, Connor witnesses it. Harold leaves his $2 on the table, shuffles toward the door. Maya waits, walks to the booth, glances around. From her apron, she pulls out a $5 bill, adds it to Harold's 2, arranges them carefully. Connor sees everything. His hands grip his coffee cup until his knuckles go white. When Maya turns, she nearly jumps. "Sorry, didn't see you there." "How long have you been doing that?" His voice is rough. Maya's face flushes. "I don't know what—" For him, the old man. How long? She considers lying. Something in his eyes stops her. Every day, maybe 3 months. Why? Because everyone needs dignity. Simple. True. Connor stares at her like she's speaking another language. Do you know him? Maya asks, carefully. No. The lie comes quick. Then, do you? Just his coffee order, and that he's kind. Maya pauses. He used to be someone, I think. The way he talks, carries himself. Connor's throat works. Yeah, he was. The moment stretches between them. Then Connor stands, pulls out his wallet, leaves a $100 bill on the counter. Sir, that's way too... Not for kindness. His voice cracks. Never for kindness. He walks out fast. Maya stares at the bill in her hand. Through the window, she watches him sit in his Mercedes for 10 minutes. Head in his hands. She doesn't understand what she's seeing, but she feels it, the weight of something breaking, or maybe healing. Either way, something has shifted. The news breaks on a Tuesday morning. Maya sees it on the TV mounted above the diner counter. Local news, graphics, serious voices. Breaking. Wallace Development Group announces Mile High Renaissance Project, a $400 million development plan that will transform downtown Denver. The screen shows renderings, glass towers, shopping districts. Luxury living. Will require demolition of a 4-block area currently designated as economically distressed. Maya's stomach drops. The map appears. Red boundary lines. Rosie's diner sits dead center. No, she whispers. Dennis comes out from the kitchen, sees the TV, goes pale. That's us, Destiny says from across the counter. That's our block. The reporter continues. The project, spearheaded by CEO Connor Wallace, promises to bring jobs and economic revitalization to the area. A community meeting is scheduled for Thursday evening. Connor Wallace. Maya's blood runs cold. The man from the diner. The one who watched her. Who left $100 tips. He's destroying her neighborhood. That evening, Maya sits in the public library, uses the free computer to search Connor Wallace Denver. Pages of results. Forbes articles. Business journals. Photos of him in tuxedos at charity galas. Then she finds it. An older article 5 years back. Photo, Connor Wallace standing with an elderly man at a museum opening. The caption reads, Connor Wallace with his grandfather, renowned architect Harold Brennan at the Brennan Public Library dedication. Maya zooms in on the photo. The old man in the tuxedo looks different. Well-fed, clean, healthy, but the eyes are the same. Harold. Her hands shake on the mouse. Harold Brennan, famous architect. And Connor Wallace is his grandson, the man she helps every day, the man she gives her tip money to, is related to the man destroying her home. Maya's mind spins. Nothing makes sense. Why is Harold homeless if his grandson is a millionaire? Why did Connor watch her in the diner? What is happening? Thursday evening. The community meeting is packed. Washington Park Recreation Center. 200 folding chairs, every seat filled. People standing along the walls. Maya arrives with Elijah and Destiny. They squeeze into the back. On stage, a presentation screen, a panel table. Connor Wallace sits in the center, flanked by lawyers and city officials. He wears a different suit, navy blue, armor. His eyes scan the crowd. Stop on Maya. For a moment, something flickers in his expression. Then the mask returns. The presentation begins. Slick PowerPoint, economic projections, job creation numbers, tax revenue increases, blighted area, economically distressed, underutilized properties. They're talking about homes, businesses, lives. During the Q&A, people stand up, angry, desperate. A single mother. Where are we supposed to go? I've lived here 12 years. A barber. My shop has been here 30 years. My father's before that. Connor's responses are smooth, prepared. Relocation assistance packages. Fair market value. We understand this is difficult, but his eyes are dead. He said these words 100 times. Then Maya stands. The room quiets. Something about her presence, her stillness. Mr. Wallace, she says. Her voice carries. You've been coming to Rosie's diner for 2 weeks. Connor's face doesn't change, but his hands grip the table edge. You've watched us, our customers, our community. Maya's voice strengthens. You know we're not blight. You know we're not distressed. We're people. We're neighbors. We remember each other's names. Someone in the crowd murmurs agreement. This isn't about economics, Maya continues. It's about power. You have it. We don't. And you're using that power to erase us. Connor stands slowly. Ms. Davis, Maya Davis, Ms. Davis, I understand your concerns, but this project will benefit the entire city. Benefit who? Her voice sharpens. The people you're displacing? Or the people who can afford your luxury towers? The room erupts in applause. Connor's jaw tightens. This isn't personal. It is to us. Silence falls. Connor's eyes lock with Maya's across the room. Something passes between them. Recognition. Challenge. Ms. Davis, he says carefully. I'd like to speak with you, privately. My office. Tomorrow, 3 p.m. The room buzzes with whispers. Maya's heart pounds. Why? Because I think we have more to discuss than will fit in a public meeting. He slides a business card across the table. A city official brings it to her. Heavy cardstock, embossed lettering. Connor Wallace, CEO, Wallace Development Group. Maya stares at it. What is he doing? Friday, 2:45 p.m. Maya stands outside Wallace Tower. 40 stories of glass and steel. She's wearing her best outfit. A dress from Target. 3 years old. Elijah ironed it for her this morning. She doesn't belong here. The lobby is marble, chrome, a waterfall feature, security guards, women in heels that cost more than Maya's monthly rent. She approaches the desk. I have a meeting with Connor Wallace. The receptionist's eyebrow raises. Skeptical. Name? Maya Davis. A pause. Computer typing. Then, 40th floor. He's expecting you. The elevator is glass. Maya watches the city shrink below her. Her reflection stares back. Tired eyes. Cheap dress. What is she doing here? 40th floor. Floor-to-ceiling windows. The city spreads out like a map. Connor's assistant, a woman in a gray suit, leads her through the maze, opens double doors. Connor's office is bigger than Maya's entire apartment. He stands by the window, turns when she enters. For a moment, neither speaks. Thank you for coming, he says finally. What do you want? Maya stays near the door, ready to run. Connor gestures to the chairs. Please, sit. She doesn't. He sighs, runs a hand through his hair. The polished CEO mask cracks slightly. The man you help at the diner, Connor says. Harold Brennan. He's my grandfather. Maya's breath catches. She knew, but hearing it confirmed. I've been trying to help him for 3 years, Connor continues, his voice rough, raw. Get him into housing, get him treatment, give him money. He refuses everything. Why? Because of me. Because of what our family became. Connor's face twists. He and my father fought. About business. About ethics. My father chose profit. Harold chose principle. They never reconciled. Then my father died. Car accident. 5 years ago. Maya's hand finds the back of a chair, steadies herself. Harold blames himself, Connor whispers. Thinks if they'd reconciled, my father wouldn't have been driving angry that night. So he refuses help, refuses me, says he doesn't deserve comfort. That's not, I know, but I can't reach him. Connor's eyes meet Maya's. You can. He talks about you, the kind waitress. You're the only person he trusts. The room spins. I need your help, Connor says. Help me understand him. Why he won't accept help. What he needs. And in exchange, you'll stop the demolition. I'll delay it. 90 days. Give your community time to organize. Find alternatives. Maya's throat tightens. Why should I trust you? Connor pulls out a folder, opens it. Photos of Harold. At the shelter. Looking frail. Sick. Because I'm losing him. Connor's voice breaks. And you're the only person he trusts. Maya stares at the photos. Harold looking thin, haunted. Her heart clenches. What exactly do you want from me? She asks. Connor closes the folder. Spend time with him. Talk to him. Help me understand why he's like this. What happened to make him choose the streets over? He gestures at the office. This. Meg. You want me to spy on him? I want you to bridge a gap I can't cross. Connor's voice is steady now. Direct. He sees me and sees my father. Sees the business that destroyed our family. But you, he trusts you. He told the shelter staff you're the only person who treats him like he still matters. Maya's eyes sting. 90 days, Connor continues. I'll file for demolition delay. Tell the board we're conducting environmental reviews. It'll buy your community time to organize. Get legal help. Find alternative plans. And if I can't get through to him? If he won't talk to me either? Then at least I tried everything. Connor's voice drops. And you still get 90 days. Maya turns to the window, looks out at the city. Somewhere down there, Harold is eating lunch from a food pantry, sleeping on a shelter cot. And somewhere down there, 200 families are terrified of losing their homes. No bribes, Maya says finally. No tricks. I won't betray my community. I won't convince them to accept a bad deal just because you're paying me. I'm not paying you. Then what is this? A favor, for both of us. Connor meets her eyes. I want my grandfather back. You want your neighborhood saved. Maybe we can help each other. Maya's jaw tightens. Every instinct screams this is a trap. But she thinks about Elijah, about the eviction notice, about the single mothers and barbers and night shift nurses who'll lose everything. 90 days might be enough, might not, but it's more than they have now. Okay, she whispers. I'll try. Connor nods, extends his hand. Maya looks at it, then shakes. His grip is firm, desperate. As she leaves the office, Maya feels the weight of 2 worlds pressing down on her shoulders and wonders which one will crush her first. For 3 weeks, Maya keeps her promise. She spends extra time with Harold at the diner, asks gentle questions, listens to his stories. He tells her about his wife, Catherine, died 10 years ago, cancer. He tells her about the buildings he designed, a library in 5 Points, public housing in Capitol Hill, a community center in Globeville. I wanted to build places that gave people dignity, Harold says, stirring honey into his oatmeal. Not warehouses for poor people, real homes, beautiful spaces, because everyone deserves beauty. Maya's throat tightens. What happened? Harold's hands still. My son. Connor's father. He joined the firm, wanted to maximize profit, luxury developments, displacing communities, not building for them. His voice hardens. I refused. We fought. He took over the company, changed everything I'd built. So you left? I walked away from everything. The money, the house, all of it. Harold's eyes are distant. Thought I was taking a stand, being righteous. He laughs bitterly. But I was just being proud. And my pride killed my son. The accident? Harold nods. We hadn't spoken in 5 years. Then he called, wanted to reconcile. I was harsh. Said things I can't take back. He was driving when he called. Upset. Lost control of the car. Tears slide down his weathered cheeks. Connor was 28. Lost his father because of my stubbornness. So now I won't take his money. Won't accept his help. It's blood money, built on the graves of communities like this one. Maya's heart breaks, but she also understands now. Every Tuesday, Maya meets Connor at a neutral coffee shop, reports what she's learned. At first, she only shares Harold's stories, his design philosophy, his grief. But Connor presses for more. Where exactly does he spend his days? Which social workers talk to him? What shelters does he avoid? Maya hesitates, but tells him. Connor listens, takes notes, thanks her. She doesn't see the trap closing. Week 4. Harold stops coming to the diner. Maya panics, calls the shelter. They confirm he's still there, still breathing. But he's not going out much, the intake worker says. Something upset him. Maya visits the shelter after her shift, finds Harold in the day room, staring at nothing. Mr. Harold? He looks up. His eyes are cold. You told him? Maya's stomach drops. Told who? My grandson. You've been reporting back to him. He was worried. Social workers showed up at the library. Harold's voice shakes. My library. The one place I felt safe. They said Connor sent them, that he was monitoring my well-being. He stands, trembling with rage and hurt. I trusted you. Mr. Harold, I was trying to help. You were spying. For him. For his guilt money. Harold's face crumples. I thought you were different. I thought you saw me as a person. But I was just a project to you, a problem to fix. That's not true. But Harold turns away, walks to his bunk, doesn't look back. Maya stands there, throat closing, as the room spins. What has she done? The next day at the diner, Destiny corners her. People are talking, she says, low, angry. Saying you've been meeting with Wallace, that you cut some private deal. Maya's blood runs cold. Who's saying that? Everyone. Destiny's eyes are hard. Is it true? I was trying to help Harold. Or were you helping yourself? Destiny steps closer. Did he offer you money? A job? What did you sell us out for? Nothing. I didn't. But the other staff are watching now. Customers, too. A cook comes out from the kitchen. My sister got her eviction notice yesterday. 60 days to leave. She's got 3 kids. I'm sorry, Maya whispers. Are you? His voice rises. Or are you getting a payout while the rest of us lose everything? Maya backs toward the door. I would never. Then why are you meeting with Wallace? Destiny's voice breaks. We thought you were one of us, but you're just like them. Willing to step on people to climb higher. Maya runs. Outside, she leans against the wall, gasping for air. Her phone buzzes. Text from Elijah. People are saying things about you. What's going on? Then another text. This one from Connor. Demolition proceeding as scheduled. Thanks for your help. Your relocation package will arrive next week. Maya's vision blurs. No, 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 no. She calls Connor. It goes to voicemail. She runs to Wallace Tower. Security stops her at the desk. I need to see Connor Wallace. Do you have an appointment? No, but... Then you'll need to schedule one. The guard's face is stone. Maya stands there, shaking. The 90 days are up. Connor got what he needed, information on Harold. And now he's proceeding with demolition anyway. She was a tool, a useful idiot, and she destroyed Harold's trust for nothing. That night, Maya sits in her apartment, alone. Elijah is working. The bills are still stacked on the counter. Her phone keeps buzzing. Angry messages from neighbors, from co-workers. She turns it off, stares at the wall, thinks about Harold's face, the betrayal in his eyes. She did that, with good intentions, but she did it. And Connor, he played her perfectly. Let her think she had power. Let her think she was helping. When really, she was just gathering intel for him to better control his grandfather. The development was always going ahead. The 90 days were just to keep the community quiet while Wallace lined up permits and financing. Maya thinks about the woman in the fur coat, the one who called her pushy, who mocked her. That woman was cruel, but Maya is worse, because she betrayed someone who trusted her, someone who had nothing but still chose dignity, and she did it thinking she was being kind. The memory of Harold's words haunts her. I thought you were different. So did she. Maya doesn't go to work the next day, or the next. Dennis calls, leaves a voicemail. You're fired. Don't come back. She doesn't blame him. On the third day, Elijah sits her down. You gotta tell me what happened. So she does. All of it. The deal with Connor, Harold, the betrayal. Elijah listens, doesn't interrupt. When she finishes, he's quiet for a long moment. Then, you messed up. I know. But your heart was right. He squeezes her hand. Now fix it. How? Harold won't talk to me. The community hates me. Connor used me. It's over. Is it? Elijah leans forward. Or are you just scared to fight back? Maya looks at her brother. When did he get so wise? Harold trusted you once, Elijah continues. Maybe he will again, but you gotta earn it. Show him you're on his side for real this time. How? Fight the demolition. Not for yourself. For everyone. Including him. Maya goes to the shelter the next morning. Harold is in the day room reading. He sees her, turns away. Mr. Harold, please. Maya's voice cracks. I know you don't want to talk to me. I don't blame you, but I need to apologize. Well, he doesn't respond. I was wrong. I thought I was helping, but I was just playing both sides, trying to save everyone. And I ended up betraying the one person who never asked anything from me except basic kindness. Tears stream down her face. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Harold's shoulders are rigid. Maya turns to leave. Then, my grandfather used to say, Harold's voice stops her, that good intentions pave the road to hell. But he also said that genuine remorse paved the road back. Maya turns. Harold is looking at her now. You were kind to me when no one else was, he says quietly. That doesn't disappear because you made a mistake. But I hurt you. Yes, he nods. You did. Because you got caught between my grandson and me. Between power and principle. He pats the seat next to him. That's not entirely your fault. It's ours, too. Maya sits, carefully. Connor isn't evil, Harold says. He's trapped. By his father's legacy. By the board. By investors who only see numbers, not people. He wants to help me, but he doesn't know how to help without controlling. He lied to me. Said he'd delay the demolition. Did he put it in writing? Maya's breath catches. No. Then he didn't lie. He misled. There's a difference to men like him. Harold's voice is sad. That's what the business does. Teaches you to be technically honest while morally bankrupt. Maya's hands clench. So what do we do? We? Harold looks at her sharply. If you'll let me. If you'll give me another chance. Maya's voice strengthens. I want to fight this. Not just for me. For everyone. And I think you know how. Harold is silent for a long moment. Then he stands. Follow me. They take the bus to a storage unit in Aurora. Harold unlocks it with a key he keeps on his person. Inside, boxes. Dozens of them. Harold opens one. Pulls out rolled blueprints. Architectural plans. Decades old but preserved with care. This is everything I designed, he says. Before the company changed. Before profit became the only goal. Maya unrolls a plan. Her breath catches. It's their neighborhood, from 40 years ago. But different. Better. Mixed-income housing, community spaces, parks, local businesses integrated with residential, affordable and beautiful. This is what development should look like, Harold says. Not erasing communities, elevating them. Maya's mind races. Could this still work? Today? With modern updates? Yes. Harold's eyes gleam. But we'd need help. Lawyers, city council allies, community support. I might know someone. Maya thinks of Linda Moore, city council member, spoke against the project at the meeting. Harold nods slowly. Then let's build a case. Not against Connor, against the system that trapped him. You want to save your grandson? I want to save everyone. Harold's voice is firm. Including him. 3 weeks later. The city council chamber is packed. Standing room only. News cameras line the back wall. On one side, Wallace Development. Connor sits flanked by lawyers in expensive suits. Behind them, board members, investors, city officials who've already been bought. On the other side, the community. Maya, Harold, Destiny, Elijah, Linda Moore, families with handmade signs. Homes not profits. People over luxury. The gallery is electric with tension. Wallace Development presents first. Connor's lead attorney, a sharp woman named Patricia, delivers the pitch. PowerPoint slides, economic projections, renderings of glass towers. $400 million in investment, 2,000 construction jobs, increased tax revenue of $60 million over 10 years. The numbers are impressive, designed to be. The current structures are outdated, failing infrastructure, high crime rates, low property values. Patricia's voice is smooth, clinical. This isn't just development, it's urban renewal, transformation. She avoids the word demolition. Connor sits still, face unreadable. He hasn't looked at the community side once. Patricia finishes. The council members nod. This is going exactly as planned. Then Linda Moore stands. Before we vote, the community has requested time to present an alternative proposal. The Wallace lawyers exchange looks. This wasn't expected. Proceed, the council president says. Maya stands. Her legs shake. She's wearing the same Target dress, same cheap shoes. But she's not alone. Harold stands with her, in a borrowed suit, still shabby but dignified. They walk to the microphone together. Maya's voice trembles at first. My name is Maya Davis. I'm a waitress. Was a waitress. At Rosie's Diner on Colfax. Some council members look bored already. I'm not a developer. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just someone who lives in the neighborhood you're about to erase. Her voice strengthens. And I'm here to tell you that we're not blight. We're not distressed. We're a community. We remember each other's names. We help each other. We matter. Behind her, people nod. But I'm not just here to ask you to save us. I'm here to show you there's another way. Maya gestures to Harold. This is Harold Brennan. Some of you might remember him. He designed half the public buildings in this city 40 years ago. A few council members sit up straighter. Recognition flickers. Harold steps to the microphone. His voice is stronger than Maya expected. I designed public housing in Capitol Hill, the Brennan Library in 5 Points, community centers in Globeville and Westwood. He pauses. I built them with a simple philosophy. Everyone deserves dignity. Poor people deserve beauty. Communities deserve to be elevated, not erased. He nods to Elijah, who's manning a laptop. Images appear on the screen. Harold's old buildings. Still standing. Still beautiful. 40 years ago, I created plans for the exact neighborhood Wallace Development wants to demolish. Harold's hands don't shake now. Mixed-income housing, affordable and market-rate units side by side, ground-floor retail for local businesses, community spaces, parks. And it was profitable. Not as profitable as luxury towers, but sustainable, ethical. The screen changes. Shows Harold's original blueprints. The chamber goes quiet. These plans still work, Harold continues, with modern updates, better materials, current codes. We could build something that serves everyone, not just the wealthy. Linda Moore stands. Mr. Brennan, is Wallace Development aware of these plans? My grandson knows they exist, but he's never asked to see them. All eyes turn to Connor. His face has gone pale. Actually, Maya says, stepping back to the microphone, I want to share something else. Elijah switches the slide. Harold's napkin appears on the screen, wrinkled, coffee-stained. The handwriting shaky but clear. True wealth is measured by who remembers your name when you have nothing left. Maya's voice fills the chamber. Harold Brennan wrote this on a napkin at Rosie's Diner 3 months ago. He gave it to me, a waitress making $8 an hour plus tips. I kept it because it was beautiful, because it was true. She turns to face Connor directly now. This man built half your public spaces. He chose integrity over wealth, lost everything, and now he's homeless, sleeping in shelters. And his grandson, her voice breaks. His grandson is trying to demolish the last neighborhood where someone treats him like a human being. The chamber is dead silent. Connor's hands grip the table, white-knuckled. I messed up, Maya continues. I tried to help Harold by working with Connor. I thought I could bridge the gap, but I learned something. She looks at the council, at the cameras, at the community behind her. You can't bridge a gap when one side has all the power and the other has none. Real change doesn't come from deals made in penthouses. It comes from people standing together and demanding dignity. Applause erupts from the community side. The council president bangs his gavel. Order! Maya steps back, shaking. Harold puts a hand on her shoulder. Linda Moore addresses the council. I move that we table the Wallace Development proposal and appoint a committee to review Mr. Brennan's alternative plans. Second, another council member says immediately. The council president looks uncomfortable. Mr. Wallace, do you wish to respond? All eyes turn to Connor. He sits frozen, staring at the napkin on the screen. His grandfather's handwriting. The napkin he found in Maya's apron pocket after she was fired. The napkin that's been in his desk drawer for weeks. His attorney leans over, whispers urgently. Connor stands slowly, walks to the microphone. The silence is suffocating. That's my grandfather's handwriting, Connor says, voice barely audible. I didn't know he was writing philosophy on napkins. He looks at Harold across the room, really looks at him. I didn't know a lot of things, Connor continues. His voice cracks. I've been trying to help him for 3 years. Give him money, a home, security. Everything I thought mattered. Tears well in his eyes. But Ms. Davis helped him by giving him the one thing I couldn't. He looks at Maya now. Dignity. She saw him as a person, not a problem to fix, not a source of guilt. Just a person who deserved kindness. The chamber holds its breath. Connor's hands shake. I'm withdrawing the demolition application. Gasps ripple through the room. Patricia grabs his arm. Connor, the board will never... He pulls free. I'm withdrawing it. We're going back to the drawing board. His voice strengthens. If this council will permit it, Wallace Development will work with my grandfather to implement his plans. Mixed income housing, preservation of local businesses, community-first development, and we'll do it without displacing a single family. The community side erupts, cheering, crying. The Wallace lawyers look like they've been hit by a truck. Connor stands at the microphone, tears streaming down his face, while his grandfather watches from across the room. Two men, separated by decades of hurt, connected by a waitress who remembered both their names. The council president bangs his gavel, calls for order, eventually calls for a vote. The revised proposal passes unanimously. 2 weeks after the vote, Rosie's Diner, 6:15 a.m. Maya wipes down the counter. Dennis rehired her the day after the hearing, gave her a raise, 5 cents, but still. The bell above the door chimes. Harold enters. Clean coat, new cane, but the same gentle eyes. Morning, Mr. Harold. Morning, Maya. He takes his usual booth, corner spot, window view. Maya brings his order without asking. Black coffee, oatmeal with extra honey, wheat toast, light butter. She adds the honey herself. 2 squeezes from the bear-shaped bottle. Harold's hands don't shake as much anymore. Better nutrition. Regular meals at the new community center, the one Wallace Development is funding. But he still lets Maya do it, because some rituals matter. You're an angel, Harold says quietly. Just doing my job. They smile. The same exchange as always, but deeper now. Earned. The bell chimes again. Connor enters, hesitates at the door. Harold sees him, gestures to the booth. Sit down, boy. Coffee's getting cold. Connor crosses the diner, sits across from his grandfather, awkward, like a teenager on a first date. Maya brings another cup, pours without being asked. Thank you, Connor says, to her, to the universe. She nods, leaves them alone. For a long moment, neither man speaks. Then Harold, I'm sorry I was too proud to let you help me. Connor's eyes fill. I'm sorry I tried to fix you instead of listening to you. You were trying to love me the only way you knew how. It was the wrong way. But it was still love. Harold's hand crosses the table, weathered, spotted with age. Connor takes it, holds on like a drowning man. They sit like that for 5 minutes, just holding hands. 2 generations of hurt dissolving in silence. Finally, Connor speaks. The board tried to fire me. Did they succeed? No. But I agreed to step back from CEO. Let someone else run day-to-day operations. Connor's voice is lighter somehow, freer. I'm heading up the new community development division instead, implementing your designs. Harold's eyes gleam. That's good. That's real work. It pays less. Good. They both laugh. Rough, rusty, but genuine. Maya refills their coffee, sees them laughing together. Her throat tightens. Destiny nudges her. You did that. No, they did it. You helped. From the kitchen, Elijah waves. He's working the breakfast shift. Got the scholarship last week. Wallace Development sponsored it. Full ride to Metro State. Computer science. He's wearing a name tag now. Elijah Davis, future developer. Connor visits every week after that. Tuesday mornings, same booth, same order. Sometimes they talk. Sometimes they just sit. 6 months later, Harold moves into a new apartment. Ground floor, view of the diner, affordable housing unit in the completed first phase of the Brennan Community Initiative, named after his wife, Catherine. Connor helped him move in, carried boxes up the stairs, hung pictures on the walls. That evening, they eat dinner together at Harold's new table, and for the first time in 15 years, they feel like family again. Present day. Connor stands in his office. The napkin hangs on the wall now, framed, museum glass. True wealth is measured by who remembers your name when you have nothing left. His phone buzzes. Text from Harold. Breakfast tomorrow? Usual spot? Connor smiles. Types back. 6:15, I'll be there. Another text. This one from Maya. Community center ribbon cutting next week. You coming? Wouldn't miss it. He sets the phone down. Looks out at the city. The Brennan Community Initiative is halfway complete. Mixed income housing, preserved businesses. Rosie's Diner got a 20-year lease, protected rent. It's not as profitable as luxury towers would have been, but Connor sleeps better now. His assistant knocks. Sir, the press wants a statement about the initiative's success. Connor turns from the window. Tell them to talk to Maya Davis. She's the community liaison director, and tell them to spell her name right. Yes, sir. Connor looks at the napkin one more time. His grandfather's shaky handwriting. A waitress's kindness. A city council hearing that changed everything. People ask him what happened, what changed his mind. He tells them the truth. I was trying to build a legacy, but I learned you can't build legacy with demolition. You build it with dignity, one cup of coffee at a time. If this story moved you, hit that like button and subscribe. Share it with someone who needs to remember. Small acts of kindness create big change. And drop a comment below. Have you ever helped a stranger or been helped by one? Your story matters.